Hello, I think I'm live. Ow, lost my foot. Lost my foot. I'm live. I'm here. Right. I also not got my bit on. That's probably fine. I just miss having it on my wrist. Right. So yeah, today we're back with I'm dead. Still dead. You know, probably starting to smell a little. As a reminder, ethics statement, I received a copy of this game for streaming purposes. I'm loving it. So, you know, not exactly a detriment to having received a code. All the details are on my previous two videos. Sorry, hitting my mic. So without further ado, oh god, and it's 12 days to Extra Life. I of course have completely forgotten to do any kind of promo. Yeah, I'm just gonna get back to it. Hang on. Feels weird without having it on my wrist. So yes, so I have actually eaten and I booked train tickets for Christmas and for my birthday. So I'm actually fairly organised, except that I'm not organised because I was a few minutes late starting. But hey, these things happen. I can't be on time for everything. I do, however, have awesome shiny haircut, which I'm quite pleased with. So volume, there we go. And I've got a cup of tea, which is always good. We're gonna boost the volume a little bit because this is voiced, which is great because it gives me a break from reading stuff. So we've done about half. So of course, in true Doro fashion, I'm going to try and finish it this week. I don't know why. Probably because if we only do two things, we're going to leave one thing behind, and that's not enough for a full stream. Okay, so right. I was kind of hoping I could find maybe the whatever signed post it's going to have the laughing guy on it. There we go. So that we have an idea of what we're looking for. So, Shroomy Turbo Tank, last season's old banger, Bivalve Goldheart, El Gran Caballero Jr., and the Nippy Scuttler. Wow, okay. So, ideally, an hour per area, and then we'll be done in time. It's not going to happen. So we'll see where we're at after we've finished the first one, and maybe we'll do something clever like cut the second one in half, so we can do 2 streams, because I don't think I could go maybe past 4 hours. I can't go past 4 hours today because I've got plans this evening. And I've got washing to hang up, which is currently sitting in my washing machine. So, we know where it is basically what we've got here. Polishing the seashell. I don't know why it's so dark. I mean, I'm not good. I actually realised I've clicked on a thing. This guy is stuck inside his shell. This is weird. So if we see anything that might be a thing. So yeah, snail racing is a thing apparently. But we should probably find a memory as well first. If this person has a memory. Beach party. After the Shellers race on Shelmerston, the racers, coaches and locals gather for the annual Shellers Beach Party, which often goes until daybreak. So I'm wondering whether it will have more light. So we find a memory, we find an object.
Miles and I came to Shelmerston for the Sheller Cup final. Miles was the world champion for ages. Greg, the campsite manager, was a huge Sheller fan. Always gave us the best pitch on the campsite. Miles was up early every morning, training for the big race. Greg would always be lurking in the background, taking photos.
Yeah, so the idea is we unlock our first memory, which means we unlock the wiggly things, the gherkins, the grainkins, whatever they're called. Then
It became rather annoying. How many photos did he need? Oh God, and one time he turned up at our barbecue and wouldn't leave. The man could not take a hint. So, race day arrives and Greg is there with his camera, of course, getting in everyone's way. So Greg leans out into the track as the pack came past, Miles in the lead.
Oh dear, this doesn't sound good.
And Miles goes crashing right into Greg. Total disaster. Miles goes down and Kwasi flies past him to win the race. Miles was absolutely gutted. He definitely would have won it. Later that night, all us Shellers were on our way back from the pub and we heard Greg outside his caravan, just sat by himself, crying. Miles, he was such a good sport, went over and spoke to him, invited him over to our camp for a drink. So then Greg came back and hung out with us, brought his camera and showed us all his Sheller race photos. You know, that guy was actually a pretty great photographer. By the end of the night, Miles had forgiven him. Miles was good like that.
Sounds like Miles is a good guy. So, yeah, we find our first memory, we unlock grainkins.
Shellers. I've never understood the appeal of that. Seems bloomin' uncomfortable to me.
And then we think about stuff
Poor
that
old
could
Greg.
be one of those
He was
laughing
always
guy.
rubbing people up the wrong way, but he meant well. And he really loved this place.
So are we looking for Greg or for Miles? We're looking for Greg. So the Greg is the nice guy. Okay. Yeah, so we've got two more people. We had 5 candidates, and I'm thinking that this one is probably the actual current volcano spirit, so I don't know how that's going to go. I really would like to get this finished today, but I mean, obviously, it's kind of tricky. But I mean, I do get a hang of it, so maybe we could do most of the story. Maybe you could whiz through the story and then I could come back for the collectibles.
Oh, I wish we could use this.
Because I could do
I am a
collectibles
very
offline.
photogenic dog, you know.
Don't know. I'll have a think as I'm going through stuff. But we should unlock grainkins. There we go.
I'm getting the scent of Grenkins again, Morris. I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
So... God, this thing is massive. Okay, but it goes all the way around in a loop. Okay, so... let's go back to the beginning. Oh, beetle. Alright, that's gotta be one of the buggy ones. Okay, let me go back. I'm glad we found the laughing thing first so that we could... Okay, so we have... Nippy Scuttler? Nippy Scuttler, do we reckon? I think Nippy Scuttler. Sounds a bit bug-like. Hi, Ima. How you doing? How have your streams been going? I'm sorry I haven't caught any of them. I've been absolutely whackhead. There we go. Felt like millipede centipede type situation. There we go. So we got one of them. Right, now we can have a look for the... Luchador. Yeah. Are you streaming every day? Or is that, or is just every day rough? I mean, honestly, whichever one, I'm here for you. Yeah, I understand. So there could be that El Luchador thing, unless that's streaming every day up to Extra Life. Wow, I did that for every day in whichever month it was. I decided I want to do every day. And it was actually quite fun. Persistent wax cap. Okay, so it's a mushroom type situation. We'll try and catch your streams then, because you know, support and all that. But yeah, I've just been massively tired. I haven't even like promoted my Extra Life. It's
I only
been
knew Greg
ridiculous.
briefly. From the summer that I took over the campsite and he retired. He seemed
need to do
harmless
that.
enough, if a bit strange, living in that nasty little caravan.
I'm doing
As
24
part
hours,
of his
yeah. I gotta fix
official
my sleep
handover
first.
process, he gave me a big box of rule books that I was apparently supposed to give every camper when they arrived. I couldn't believe them. The amount of inches apart each tent had to be, the angle of pitch, permitted colours of guy ropes. No skipping ropes, marbles, conkers or throwing games. No singing with hand drums.
Are you doing 24 this year as well?
I built a huge fire on the beach, invited the whole site for a big party and burned the lot. But then, awkward, Greg showed up. I guess he'd been collecting some things from his caravan and came to see what the noise was all about. You could tell he wasn't comfortable, but he sat down and tried to make conversation. I told him how beautiful I thought Shelmerston was, and he started telling me all about the wildlife here and the best places to spot birds.
Ah, 2
He
12s.
was
Fair
actually
enough.
quite a sweet guy. He must have noticed what we were burning, but he never mentioned it. That was the last time I saw him. I always felt a bit guilty. I mean, I got him wrong. He wasn't that bad.
Wrong with rules.
That's a good thing she kept one of them. It must be around here somewhere.
Diving the Shelmerston Rex Volume 2, HMS Mentor and USS Illinois. Walking guides to ancient sites, campsite maps. Visitor book. Full of comments from people who enjoyed their stay on Shelmerston. Greg tore out all the pages which mentioned how unfriendly, helpful, or downright frightening he was. Bless him. A letter grabber? Mallet and pegs. Play box, otherwise known as a keyboy. Trapped in Heaven, a submarine romance set up by Henrik Innes. Behemoth Weeping, a new science fiction odyssey from the pen of Donald Dunleavy. Trapped in Heaven, biography of John Henry Pepper. The Lost Girls of Glunnock Lagoon. Nice. Nice green bars. That looks like a really alien type thing. Maybe it's Godfrey the Goat. There's not so many Grenkins. There were loads in the town. There's only 8 in this one, so. I can't specifically remember all the options for the laughing guy, but if I see something that looks particular, there's the luchador in the
What's
shower.
this about dogs having to be on leads the whole time? Outrageous.
Oh, Sparky. Play area. Play tunnel. Luchador. Many luchadors. Oh! Did we focus in on the luchador? What is that? Turbot adder. Oh, it's a snake! Okay. That feels like that might have been one of those things. I wonder if the luchadors are the things we have to find. Because that's multiple now. Bugs in the log. I'm going to go back and click on that one in the shower because I don't think I necessarily clicked on it properly. I think I just went, ooh, luchador, and then didn't actually follow through. I might have, but it's always best to be safe with these things. Okay, now we've checked. Okay, so luchador might be a thing that we have to collect at the campsite. Because there's always a collecty thing as well, but there's no thingamajiggies in there. Greg's old caravan. There's lots of soap. Downward dog. This was one of the clues in the first thing. Downward dog. Maisie Wilkinson. It's on the other side. Photo of a Save the Morlow protest. Photo of Greg Lilithan, Samfire and Winklebob, the founders of the Save the Morlow activism movement, which successfully brought to the end the annual culling of Morlem in the late 1980s. Photograph of a St. Maria's candlebird. Photograph of a cormorant. He liked his burbies. Greg's hat. Wore this whenever it was sunny, festooned with RSP badges. Paddle? Ooh. Confiscated. Flying disc. Birdwatching journal. Binoculars. Greg's plants. The window above these plants lets in a little water during heavy rain, which is why one of these succulents is clinging to life. The other two are done for. And an old cup of tea. Ale. Cricket bat, also confiscated. Photo of an eider. Photo of a Dartford warbler. Photo of Jempson's sea owl. Do a pair of green shanks. I feel like one of those might be penknife. Cool box. An empty cool box. Cider bottle. Full of cider. Birds Britannicus. Yells of Tierra del Fuego. Redbirds IFC. And this feels like the thing. There we go. Because something I'll say or look at a description of, it'll be a clue. You know, and clues are good. Looks. Neville campsite, home of the rest. Muscle pole. Pearl. I feel like that's an answer to one of them. Figure out what. Race HQ. Bivalve gold heart. Shiny turbo tank. Old banger. El Gran Caballero June. I haven't seen anything particularly helpful. That does not look comfortable. We went straight for the answer, the puzzly thing. God, upstairs are so freaking noisy, it's ridiculous. Pig! Pig has eaten some sausages. And is now drinking rabbits. Arthur and Katie. It's way past their bedtime. They keep showing up. Up on Big Rock, making sure Pig is okay. Campfire. Hi, Jessie. How you doing? Schmellows! It's a little harder in the dark, to be perfectly honest. Backpack. Contain anything selectable. Odds and sods. Things you bring but never touch when you're there. Yes. There's always those things, but if you don't bring them, you will totally end up needing them. I'm actually doing okay. I've booked some travel-y things. I made a big lunch, so I didn't have to worry about food for a couple of days. Got my hair cut, which is good. Feeling like it's been a bones weekend, not a no bones weekend, which is pretty cool. Always appreciate a good bones day. And if you don't know what a bones no bones day is, I can explain. It's a TikTok phenomenon. There's a pug on TikTok who occasionally, when attempting to be stunted up, has no bones. So then it's a no bones day. And no bones day means you can stay in bed. not do anything. But Bones Day means energy and doing stuff. I've had a Bones weekend. I did not have a good Bones Friday, to be fair. There's a lot of people in this tent. Sadly, no, just train journeys. Christmas. I've sorted out Christmas, basically, and a trip for my birthday to see Daisy. Also, that one in the middle was creepy. Sheep shank. Ugh, it's that whiskey. I have to admit, and I've not seen many luchadors. It does seem to make sense, though, that it's... Oh, luchador. Oh, there's a memory in here. Oh, good, because I was wondering where they were. Burnt sausage! Oh, that's got to be a thing. That's got to be one of the answers to the things. Burnt sausage. Bits! Bits! Oh my gosh! The most adorablest. There were no rabbits on Shelmerston until someone released a pair of these feeder volumes in the 1950s. Then there were lots of rabbits. Sadly, I can't imagine ever coming to the US because it scares me. I'm not sure what shape I'm trying to get where. Ah, there. Can't be that shape. Some the needle. Oh, there's also a backpack. Which has nothing selectable in. Someone's awake. Wolf Needle. Still has nightmares about Greg Litherland taking his away as kite.
I love camping. We've come to Shelmerston every summer with the kids for years. Okay, our tent is a bit bright, but that means the kids can always see it. Greg seemed angry about everything this year. He told us our tent was outside of the regulation colours, and being around the kids seemed to really upset him. But they were only being kids, just running around playing. Greg was blowing that bloody whistle every 5 minutes. One day, Greg confiscated my little one's kite. He was terrifying. We still sometimes get nightmares about it. I had to do something. When I saw Greg put the whistle down, I pinched it and took out the pea. You know, the thing that makes the noise. I threw that pea somewhere Greg would never find it. You should have seen his face when he blew his whistle and nothing happened.
So we've got to find the whistle or the pea.
I always wondered how Greg managed to get so good at hand whistling.
So we've got to find the pea. You want me to find the pea? How am I supposed to find the pea? Poor little kid. Looks like an owl. Hi, Leaky. It's obviously in a mattress. Yeah, I know. It's just I can't zoom in on the mattresses. Not inside a rabbit. Got a burnt sausage. Yes! Small hair. No, it's in this area somewhere. Aha, hang on. Where the rabbits poo? Poo? Yeah, that's poo. Okay. Oh, you mean I've got to look through all of these things to find the ball? Pee! Not rabbit poo.
The smell of rabbit poo. It doesn't excite me the way it used to when I was alive.
Hey, kid. Dog. But you're not a doggy. I've missed a ground, or I've missed an area somewhere. Possibly. Oopie! Pants. Big kids surrounded by little kids. That does not look comfortable. Wellington boots. Willy. Welly, 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 welly. Welly, welly, well. Birdwatcher.
My whole life I've dreamed of seeing a Jempson's sea owl. One day, I read the news that a guy on this little island called Shelmerson had discovered one. I had
I
to
thought it
see
said oboe. It's not, it's the owl's face.
The only B&B on the island booked up really fast, so we decided to stay at the temporary campsite set up by the guy who discovered the sea owl, Greg Litherland. The atmosphere was amazing. There were twitchers from all over the world come to see it. Greg had given the owl a name, David Abrahams. A bit weird, but I guess he was the one who found it. And because it had no mate, it was lonely, and he'd made a model female owl out of concrete. That's quite impressive. I got to know Greg a bit during my stay. He really seemed to resent all the noise and fuss on the island. His island, as he thought of it. And the irony was that he was the one who'd got everyone excited about coming to Shelmerston.
I get it, mate. You just want your
Greg
peace and
told
quiet
us
to do
he'd
your
take us
bird
up in
watching.
groups to the owl's nest site, but I snuck up early with my camera. It saw me and it flew off hooting and I didn't get a picture. I was gutted. I had to make do with a picture of the model. It wasn't the same.
Ah, I remember that. All those bird watchers suddenly arriving and nowhere for them to stay. I didn't think Greg had it in him to start a campsite, but he somehow pulled it together.
So yeah, how is everyone doing? I also decided that I might do another stream at the Big Con, because that was actually quite fun. I mean, I didn't think that it wouldn't be fun, but, you know, it was more fun. Than I expected. No, it was as much fun as I expected, but I feel like there's more stream in it than I expected. I don't know what I'm saying. We haven't found the owl, but I'm also thinking I'm missing an area. I think I'm missing an area because I've got one Gremkin missing. You're attempting to make stew. What kind of stew? Beef stew with various veggies. Awesome! Do you like a good stew? Yeah, I used to get some... Welly was the winner. I used to basically get beef and potatoes, carrots, because they work well in a stew. And basically just stick it in with some stock and some flour. Well, coat the beef with flour, because then it helps make a nice thick sauce. Put some stock cube in and then basically just stick it in the oven on low for ages, and then it just sort of breaks apart. Stew does not need to be complicated, fortunately. Oh, is the owl under there? And it was very tasty, and the potatoes would go all nicely fluffy.
Poor old David Abrahams.
A cute little concrete owl, though. So yeah, I still think we've missed an area, though. So Mr. Grinkin. Ah, I have. It's in this area. Okay, so turbo tank. Oh, last season's old banger. That's the sausage. Alright. Hey, we're not doing too badly on that. Okay, we're just going to have a quick look at the achievements, because there's no thinking wrong. Find all the Grenkins. Find all the wrestlers. So it was the Luchadors. Okay, I haven't found any except in the first area, so... yeah. Those ones are proving a bit harder. So we should find the last... bananas. Bunch of bananas. That feels like it's an answer to a thing. Bloop! Grinkins! And all my Grinkins. I should have a look at my Grinkin. Okay. Look at my Grinkins, aren't they cute? Okay. Alright, so we've got Turbo Tank, Bivalve Goldheart, El Gran Caballero Jr., Shroomy, maybe mushrooms is important there. I don't know. I mean, I found a pearl, a bunch of bananas. Nothing really that I would sort of consider. Still think that maybe the snake could be something. Ah, there's a luchador in there. Maybe that's all that was. I was just thinking there was a tank. Waterbird. There we go. That's the Shroomy Turbo Tank. I cannot skip. Right, okay. There's the bivalve. Gold thingy. And a Grand Caballera. Whatever that is. We might as well try and do the so we've got
My
two.
best thing is throwing discs. I am really good. I like playing with Dan and Toddler. It's our favourite thing when we go camping on Shelmerston. One time, Greg Lifflin came up the beach, all red-faced like an angry tomato. He pointed at a sign. It said, "No throwing games." He was yelling and shouting at us.
Alright.
He told me to give him my disc, but I wouldn't. I threw it high up into the air, and it went bang into a massive bird. Then the bird fell into the sea.
And that's why there's no throwing
I
games.
felt so awful. I never meant to hurt the bird. The whole thing was terrible. Mr. Liffalam was screaming. He waded into the sea, picked up that bird, and carried it back to the beach. He was crying and crying. I'm sorry, Mr. Liffaland.
Hi, Subterfuge.
Oh, Greg. Poor guy. Oh, and that poor bird. I guess that explains why he was always so prickly.
Well, yeah, I mean, rules are there for a reason. You are a wallflower today. Wallflower away. All good. Is that not what we were looking for? Okay. would have thought for sure it was the. Frisbee. Ah, different person. It's a branch. Oh, hello. I found the luchador. Cricket's pet. Another play box. And the disc. That's the missing memory. So, we got all the luchadors, we got all the Grenkins, we've got 2 of the laughing guys things missing. But we've done all the memories, and that is in just an hour. So, I think we'll move on and we can come back for the laughing
I
guy
love these
thing.
things. Reminds me of our walks on the beach.
That will get the next. Well, not the next area. We can have one more look at the laughing guys thing, maybe. There was double bivalve golden something, and El Gran Cabanero, and I've got no idea specifically, which is why I don't want to spend maybe an hour trying to figure it out.
Woof! Okay, I've got his scent. It was quite faint, but I'm a very good dog. Let's go find him.
Yeah, so we're just gonna try and get through. Get through the areas so that we can finish the game, and we'll come back to the bits. I'll just remember we've got 2 more laughing things to figure out. Or, you know, we might see if there's a This guy sounds like he might be a bit too touchy. But did care about protecting the island. He does not look best pleased. Oh no, he does. Okay. Hi.
Greg! Oh, hello!
Morris, what are you doing here? Oh, hello there, pup.
Hi, Greg.
You can talk now. Rather prefer my animals when they don't talk.
Yeah, Greg, we need to ask you, would you be interested in being the next island custodian? It's a very important job.
Oh, no, absolutely not. This is your mess, and you can sort it out.
My mess? Well, how do you mean?
You dug her up. I warned you, and I warned you when we were still alive that those archaeological digs were a bad idea. And now we know exactly how bad.
Well, now hold on, Greg. That's not how that works.
Oh, isn't it, talking dog? 3,000 years, no eruptions. You dig Aggie up, and then suddenly her grip on the island is weakening. Well, some coincidence that sounds like.
I didn't. I never did.
No. There's no way I'm doing that job. It's too much obligation, it's not my responsibility, and frankly, one lifetime of humans was plenty for me. Now, I'm going to stay right here until I can find David Abrams.
Fine. Thanks, Greg. See ya, I suppose.
Thanks, Greg.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Cool. So 2 riddles on that one. That's fine. I haven't had any inspiration.
It's
We've got
not
a few
looking
riddles
good,
left.
is it, old girl?
Don't worry, Morris. I hate it when you worry. It makes me nervous.
Well, he's waiting for David Abrams. I guess I'm like him in that way. The most important person in my life wasn't technically a person, more like an island.
Yes, the island. This island. A whole island's worth of people and stories. Not like Greg at all. Everyone loves you.
But I've not been dead long enough.
Really? Well, loved me, perhaps, past tense.
No, they still do. And there's one more person who loves you we need to talk to. Our last prospect. I just know we're getting close now.
Hey, Sparky, how do you know all this stuff? I mean, you're just my dog, aren't you?
Well, nobody is just anything, Morris. I'm mostly the dog you raised, but I'm also kind of a messenger, a scout, part of something bigger. Aggie sent me to help guide you.
Aggie sent you?
No time to explain, Morris. We have to get to the last prospect.
Sorry about the ornament.
Well, however it came to be, I'm glad I get to spend more time with you, old friend.
So am I, Morris. Now, off to see Samfire down at the harbour.
Ah, Sam. Yeah, lead the way, girl.
Didn't we already do the harbour? Or was that town? Sammy! Hi, Sammy, love. How
Ah,
was
the harbour.
Undertale? I did
I
have your stream
always
up,
loved
but
watching the
I
boats
was
come in
tootling.
and out.
Pootling.
Never did get around to
How you
expanding
doing?
the
Thank you so
fishing
much for the
exhibit, did
raid.
I?
Welcome in, Raiders.
You remember coming down here with me?
I'd have liked it better if you'd have let me swim.
I love your confidence, Sparky. But you always thought yourself a bigger dog than you actually were.
Oh. Lots more boats than there used to be, though, aren't there?
Certainly are. Shelmerston got busy. Though this is busier than even I remember. Say, how long have we been doing this search?
Oh, I don't know, Morris. Once you're dead, time seems to be a bit less important.
Does it? Oh, I don't know. I suppose it seems a bit galling that time and everything else keeps moving even though I've stopped. Makes a man feel unimportant.
Oh, you're not unimportant, Morris. You're saving the island. And to do that, we better go find some people who remember Samfire.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Sam surely understands the feeling of watching everything change. Fishfolk live for what, 200 years? That's no small amount of change.
Not volcano change, though, Morris. And that's what we need to avoid. Off we go!
This game is kind of really amazing. And it's so pretty. It's so pretty. Yeah, we've basically just been going down in grain pickings and memories and trying to solve riddles. There's less success on the riddles, but hey, we're getting through here. And now we're gonna find a fish fuck person. Samfire, 1904 to 2010. Play me. One of the fish folk, Sam was one of the first of their kind to fully integrate with the ways of the land, taking a position of responsibility as Shelmerston's harbour controller. Sam played an important part in helping the island to retain its own identity in the face of industrialisation and tourism. They were an integral member of the Save the Molo movement. Yeah, and plus he's Perkle. How are you getting on with Undertale? It sounds like you're. It's a mixture of why do I keep dying and cute. Okay, so let's start farthest left. Okay. Maisie Louise, a modern trawler with a refrigerated hold. The Maisie Louise is registered in Shelmerston. It's the SH number. She's actually Shelmerston's biggest fishing boat. Okay, let's start with Winkle Bob. Because then we'll unlock things.
When I was a kid, I hated the annual Morlo Cull. I was kept away and found excuses not to be there. Then, age 10, my dad marched me down to the beach with other men and put a knife in my hand. It was the worst day of my life. I saw Morlos slit from jaw to belly, more blood than you could imagine. I didn't sleep for months after. But you grow up, don't you? I never felt it right that we was killing Morlos, but what could I do about it? I was just a fisherman. One day I see Samfire, the new harbour officer, handing out leaflets on the quayside. Stop that, Col. I went along to that first meeting at the campsite. Greg Litherland was one of the other organisers. It was beautiful. So much hope around that campfire. When I spoke about the pain of the Morlo, it really felt like the young uns were listening. Me, Sam and Greg held regular events to raise funds for badges and patches. I was proud to wear mine on me best Gansey. There was quite a rift between us and the old guard. They felt the ban was an attack on our ways. Sam and me took a load of the fishermen out for a beer, and Sam made them listen. They really respected Sam. We got most of them on our side that way.
Oh yeah, there's like a whole camel thing as well. This is just a really cute island. I mean, it's really sad that I'm dead, but it's a really nice game. It's beautiful art. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful art.
By 87,
And,
we
you
finally
know.
felt like we had enough support to push for change. So the week before the
Some really good
Morlos showed up,
stories.
we organised a mass dying on the beach. There were loads of us lying down on that sand. Islanders, fishermen, fishfolk all together. And the press showed up, and the mainland TV, and for the first time in 500 years, we stopped that cull.
Yeah. Push for change. I approve of these messages.
I'm
Now
so
register the
glad
energy.
we don't do that cull anymore. I was proud of Sam and that lot when they finally made the old uns see sense. And, well, I did my part. Held a lot of those early meetings at the museum, we did.
Every little bit helps. Okay, so if we zoom out, we should get our Grinkins unlocked. There we go. No? Oh no, we didn't find the badge yet. Because I'm a dope. Didn't find the badge yet. Galley. It'll be inside something. What's it likely to be inside? Pizza box, ham and mushroom, the condiment cupboard. It's very unlikely to be inside any of these. The fridge, there's a quiche, pork pie, the oven. Why would it be inside the oven, Joe? Why would it be inside the toilet, Joe? I'm looking for a little badge. It's more than likely going to be in a cabin. This guy really likes pizza. Burgers. Breakfast. Ah, wheelhouse? Handcuffed museum volunteer. I be if I were a badge? Ah, lockers maybe. Winkle Bob's backpack. There we go. Is that it? Oh, it's there. Save them all, save the world. That's our code. Yes, I do not understand mass cullings of things. Dozens of animals. It's like, it doesn't make
Oh,
sense.
I love Morlos. Such gentle creatures.
Now, if we come back out, we should get our little Grinkin. There we go.
Getting the scent of Grenkin.
Grinkins. Okay. Is there a Grinkin? Yes. What are you gonna look like? Kitchen maybe? Quiche. Coleslaw. Yeah. Butter, cheese. Stew is stewing. Awesome. We Rabs Stag Do. New key 2011. All the Shumleston fishing boys and the dance floors in whiskers. We Rab is the lobster. They're supposed to be showing the penguin head. But Jeffrey Bowen has been wearing it for hours. How is everyone doing? Everyone doing okay? The boys? He's done it again! Miles Humboldt, Shumleston's most famous sporting superstar, did it again Thursday when he completed the final lap of the Shumleston course in the Shallow World Cup to be crowned world champion for their 5th time. The volcano continues to cause alarm. Last week it was announced that the Queen of the Isles would be suspending its service and tomorrow's crossing would be the last for the foreseeable future. Doesn't sound good. Dee. chair. It's not highlighting a... Really does look like a shelf or something. There's only one tea bag left. I can't figure out where this is going to be. Nothing's highlighting. It's not doing the whole this is the right area thing. We may have to come back. Otherwise we're going to spend way too much time. People, please remember to eat. Seismologists. The Gruffman Super Goose. Cornelia Kircher chartered this luxury seaplane to fly her and artist friends to Somerset for the sculpture park appearing at Ultron Hall. The hat box has liquor in it. Oh, hang on, there's a thing in there. Which one's hat? Plush bed. Stories these springs could tell. Why is there a toaster inside the chair? And that has a buoyancy aid. The other one has a toaster in it. How many do we have to find? 9. Okay. This one might take slightly longer. Yeah, Ketcher and Fernan Russet. Blah. Gosh, it's so cute. It says there's a memory in here, but who has the memory? Oh, hang on. It's a wild fish person.
I swim with a pod south of the Fire Isles. I believe the dry-siders call the larger one Shelmerston. It's where the ceremony happens for the dry-sider who stopped the world from cracking. That's where I first heard talk of toast, and where I met the friend called Samfire.
I mean, they're obsessed with
I did not believe
toast.
it at first. A food which snaps so dry. Then one morning at sunup, I followed the ship and caught a blackened slice as it arced into the water. This was the start of my lifelong love of toast.
It just
I
feels like
saw
a fire hazard
Samfire
at
on
being
the
in
dry
chair.
side and came up out of the sea to ask them for toast. They asked me to put on some pants, but I refused to denigrate myself with dry-side fabric. No matter, I had brought some shiny coins with me that I found on the seabed and secreted in my swimming folds. Sam took me to their parents' toast shack, but they refused to serve me without clothes. They also told me that my shiny coins were unsuitable, too old. So Sam lent me some trousers, and I swept the toast shack in return for crispy slices. Sam taught me some of the ways of the dry-siders, but to be honest, I'm only interested in the toast. I
I'm
never
guessing
wanted to
toaster
eat
is actually going to be the clue
anything
here.
else. Sam understood this. I spend my nights swimming through the black waters of the deepest ocean trenches. By day, I come up onto quayside and fill up on the finest crusted seedy bloomer, almost black, no butter.
No butter! Oh! Gug.
Oh, I could really go for a nice piece of toast right now. But,
Toast.
yeah, with
Later.
butter.
Yeah, and not charcoaled. Maybe this is why there is a toaster in the chair. That would explain why there's a toaster in the chair, peoples.
It's a shame, but it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of toast on this side.
I can have toast because I have bread in my fridge and a toaster. So I'm gonna have toast later because I had a big lunch. Perseverance, a small traditional wooden fishing boat. Only the hard work and dedication of the crew allows it to compete with the larger trawlers. The Perseverance has an RX number that tells us she's registered to Rye Harbour on the mainland, probably for accounting reasons. Fridge bread, yes? Where else do you keep bread?
By the time Sam started as the harbour controller in '79, the fishing industry in Shelmerston was on its arse. No way to compete with those factory trawlers from the mainland, was there? Couldn't moor those things anywhere near the island, even if we had them. Of course we were all smuggling, stands to reason, done it? There was no money. All those old fishing sheds on the quay, the ones the tourists like, were falling down. Whole place looked, pardon me, like a tip. There was a lot of trouble.
Also
at
have bread in the
first.
freezer.
Sam trying to stick by the rules and catch us out any way they could, and us trying any which way to give her the runabout. Wasn't easy, mind you. She was smart, that Sam. You never knew when they were going to pop her head out of the water beside your tub. And to be fair to Sam, some of them smuggling boys were bad uns. Worse stuff than booze on some of them boats, and that's the truth. Probably no bad thing Sam put a stop to it. But in time, Sam started to see how things were, how we do things, and we came to an understanding of sorts. If Sam turned a blind eye to a bit of the decent stuff, the harmless stuff, then we'd report the worst of it. I mean, we all want to keep the seas safe, stands to reason. Plus, Sam was partial to a bottle or two of the sheep shank on occasion. Oh, yeah. Sam was sharp as a gutting knife. They made us hand over some of the, shall we say, dividends to fix up the quay. All them sheds and that. Make them into something we'd be proud of. Turn things around for Shelmiston, that did. Now we get more of those tourists since the big ferry started. And they love a day out on a boat. Can takes them all out, he does. At the same time, Sam organised a kind of work-sharing thing with the fish folk. Got some of them to swim along with the fishing boats, help them locate the biggest shoals. Gave those big trawlers with all their fancy radar gear a run for their money. We'll never be big players in the fishing down here. But thanks to Sam, we hold our own. Bless 'em.
That's sweet. What are we going to look for? Booze? Booze.
I reckon I still have a bottle or two of sheep shank stashed away at the museum. Don't suppose anyone will ever drink them now.
Sure, someone will find him. Yeah, I always found that if you keep bread at room temperature, it goes mouldy. If you keep it in the fridge, it keeps longer. And I freeze some stuff so that I've always got bread if I need to, because freezing stops it, you know, whatever. And to be fair, the freezer bread tends to just be I will make toast or a cheese toasty with it. But, yeah. I mean, it's not fresh, the fridge bread. I mean, I'll get probably 2-3 days of like fresh that I can make sandwiches from. But after that, it's good for toasting and cheese toasties. And it tends not to go mouldy, which is great because I forget I have food. So it's nice to just be able to go, oh crap, I forgot to eat lunch again. Oh, I'll put some toast in and I have toast. So yeah, that's my logic. Every time I go to my brother's, well, I mean, bread keeps. So, you know, that's okay if you find it 6 months later. Every time I go to my brother's, there's always something mouldy in the bread bin, you see. So, it's a false fishboard? Surprisingly, this has fooled customs inspectors at the Port of Plymouth on 3 separate occasions. Barrel of sheep shank. Creates a sheep shank. Are we looking for a specific bottle? Extra secret compartment. Commemorative sheep shank. Fancy sheep shank. Special reserve. I mean, provided you have it in enough plastic, freezer bread's still good for toasting.
Ah, a different kind of spirit to the ones we've been looking for.
But yeah, the fish people are obsessed with toast, which actually fits in really nicely with the fries game that we did the other week. Care package for Rab. Because they were also fish folk that were like, tea, green tea. Nathan Phillips, well, at least you know. It's Dunstan. He's pretty sure this ruse with the fish is going to work a treat. Where's my I'm having a lot harder finding the harder time finding the thingamies. Ah, there we go. This time round. Oh, I love it when my kitchen smells amazing. Roast chicken is good for that. And doesn't really require much effort. But yeah, stew's good. Plus stew then keeps. And then you can either freeze it, or you can stick it in the fridge, depending on whether you like eating the same thing several days in a row. I don't mind doing that. Maybe I should make stew again. So, I got a bit, not so much bored of risotto, but I got a bit fed up of making it. I mean, I'll make some for Extra Life because it is easy to do, and I've got the components. But maybe I'll do stew again. Oh, laptop's going to sleep. Yeah, that's why. I could have stew. We could do stew next week. Not a bad idea. Well, actually, no, week after next because I have to do shopping before I can do it. That's not a bad idea. Okay, so right, I feel like we should probably find the thing. Okay, the Scourge of Shermoston, Maine. Sailing the high seas in search of ships to board and treasure islands to plunder. Oh, it's Pig and the kids. Dread Captain Bergonzi, Katie and Arthur. One-eyed Arthur Yellowbeards. Pig. When fired onto an enemy ship with a cannon, Pig bites through the main mast in seconds, bringing the sails and rigging crashing down. Funny. Funny little kitties. Jessica Dan. She'll probably be facing the water. She can keep a better eye on the kids, but she's a bit tired of having nonsense shouted at by tiny parrots. And if one of them happens to fall in, well, they're better swimmers than she is anyway. They can't read the newspaper. Darren Tuppen. Poor Darren, he's completely correct about the impending danger, but if it somehow works out, he'll forever be known as that guy who totally overreacted and thought the volcano was about to erupt when it was just smoking a bit. Poor guy. Concrete arch. Started life as a shipping container before spending several years as a burger bar in Croydon. Hi, Lady Magritte! They look like giant noses. The concrete armour unit mould. They're pteropods, tetrapods. Tetrapod was invented by Pierre Daniel and Paul Angelis of Doriac of Laboratoire Dauphinois d'Hydraulique Grenoble. Scary prison things. Oh, The Good Life. Nice. I totally missed your Friday stream because I was mostly zoned out. Friday and most of Saturday, or the end of Saturday, just disappeared because I was just tired. And I hate missing all your Friday streams are really cool because you do really cool games. So I am sorry. The Stabbit, the Dolus, the Hexaleg, and the Akmon. This cow has just been cracked from the mould. As soon as the concrete is fully set, it can go into the sea. What are they for? Crane features a load capacity of 140 tons, a hook height of 76 meters, and has only broken down once. Cool. We have no idea what we're supposed to find for the multiple thingies in this one either. We haven't found anything particularly, unless we're finding bottles of booze, and I don't really want that. Tea station. I mean, it could be tea bags, but probably not. This one needs descaling. Gross! Oh, but that was actually the answer to that puzzle. Anyway, how are you doing, Lady Magritte? And thank you for doing the shout out, Leaky. This one's taking slightly longer. We'll see how we go, though. More tea. Break table. Coral's toast box. Already had his toast. Disgusting mug. Ew, gross. The desk tidy. You just got out of bed. That sounds fun. Oh, see, I found the laughter guy. Oh my god. Your concrete armor units. CDF, retain the seeds. Printed in association with the Department of the Environment and Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries and Food. Posted, design, copyright CDF 2019, all rights reserved. So, hidden diamond. Lonely mouse ball. Stationary honing device. That sounds like a pencil sharpener. Yeah, Lady Magritte also does Friday streams at normal time for us, Sneaky, which is the ones I try and catch because I'm actually asleep the other times. Wee Secret Weapon and Captain Sausages. Okay, well that one seems fairly unambiguous. That one is a pencil sharpener. I don't know what that is. So those are what we're looking for. A mug with a computer mouse in it. Is that the mouse thing? Oh, we've accidentally selected hidden diamond. Oh, actually, does the mouse have a ball in it? So if the mouse has a ball in it, that could be it for the mouse ball thing. Ah, it's a cupboard full of cables. Post-it note smileys. Disassembled mouse. Broken for some reason. Well, the ball disappeared! Oh my god, the computer even inside has things. Oh. Lost mouse ball. There we go. That's the answer to that one. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I hate it when I know I have an important thing, but I, don't know what it is. If someone goes, oh, can we have a quick chat, but then schedules it for a different day, then I'm screwed. Okay, Coral is a diver who can work without cumbersome equipment. Coral is an invaluable member of the CDF Concreter crew. After a morning on the seabed ensuring that the concrete army units are properly seated, they are now enjoying a well-earned lunch. Coral is a fish person diver who's eating... doesn't look like toast. Looks like bread, but hey.
It was the 6th summer after I spawned that I went to my first Aggie's Day ceremony. You know, Aggie, the dry cider who saved the world from cracking in two. We don't go on land until we're 6 years old. It's all swimming, wafting around. Standing up is hard at first, the weight distribution. Anyway, I went up dry side for the ceremony, and that was where I first met Sam.
Yes.
It was so loud and hot out there, all that shell blowing. I was bored, and my body felt dry and heavy. I was too young, really. There were souvenir stalls selling bracelets with little stones of polished lava. I wanted one so bad, I would not shut up about it. Sam saw I was fed up. They took me up the beach, away to the dunes, and Sam gave me a little polished stone of my own to play with. Had a heart of gold, they did. It wasn't until years later that I found out it was a tiny replica of the one Aggie died on. We became good friends. Sam helped a lot. They were always on my side. My pod, we were quite traditional, didn't like us working with the dry-siders, but Sam talked me into going for the job as a diver on the new harbour. If it wasn't for them, I don't think I'd have tried. That stone was my lucky charm. I took it with me when I went for the interview, and I took it down with me when I went on my first dive. I had a pocket made specially in my tool belt. Sam took me under their fin, invited me out to the Camel, and let me stay with them and Blythe on the ferry if it was a late one. And there were plenty of late ones. Karaoke nights are still my favorites. Every time I feel that lucky stone in my pocket, I think of Sam.
I remember
Yes.
all the fish folk coming up on the beach for Aggie's Day when I was a lad. Seems less of a big deal these days. I guess they still celebrate it, but, well, it's a lot more sedate. Back then, it was a huge event.
Yeah, it's like if you want 5 minutes, it sort of needs to be now. Or yeah, book in a meeting with an agenda. It's like, yes, would like to talk about X, Y, Z. And then it doesn't seem so bad. Because, yeah, it's like, but I mean, I don't have that problem as much now. Because it was more when, you know, inevitably it was a feeling as if I'd always done something wrong. Therefore, if, you know, someone wanted a word, it was always a bad thing. Now, because I have a good job, I don't feel so much like that. This is people that are going off the island. Deep Yucatan tourist on her way home after another holiday on Shelmerston. Sally Mapes isn't that concerned about the volcano, but she's going to stay with her sister on the mainland just in case. Going to spend most of the ferry crossing deleting photos from his camera. Will McCuddy doesn't like the sound of volcano at all. He's not supposed to be making those noises, and he's getting on that ferry as soon as the gangway comes down. Queen of the Isles, sailing times. Queen of the Isles. In 2006, the Deep Yucatan People's Government started to send a deal with the CDEF Corporation to make Shelmerston's harbour suitable for larger vehicles, building a new harbour arm and dredging the southern bay. They also part-funded Queen of the Isles, connecting Shelmerston to the mainland with a weekly ferry service. We didn't find the badge. Forgot to finish that off. Never mind. Engine room. But yeah, it really does make a difference when you're not always afraid you've done something wrong. But, I mean, it still spikes anxiety, you know, until you then realise, wait, no, I've got nothing to be anxious about. I'm missing one at the very beginning. Chelmerston's Bog Woman, and the Lighthouse Retreat, which we've already done. The compass. Clyde is a purple-masked twin spot. The species is noted for its sidestepping, elaborate mating dance. Crisp selection. Behind the bar. More crisps. We've got some darts. In the booth. It's a pear guy. Playing Jenga, which is called stacking here. The tangential gaze. New voices from the edge of meaning. Wheelhouse. Reggie is a lavender-billed petilia. These birds often form large noisy flocks, often mixing with other finches such as the crimson-legged antpicker and the golden minia. Jay Wooster is a plum-headed waxback. These finches build distinctive oval nests with a short entrance tunnel, often choosing to locate the nest near the nest of a wasp. It's speculated that this helps deter predators. Captain's private cabin. Word. Totally word. Kippers. Right, so I've got one more. Plus the one we couldn't find at the beginning. Sausages! Blythe sausages. Captain sausages. That was one of them clue thingies. Okay. Blythe Tonkian. Ferry captain. There's a Tolkien.
I first met Sam when I sailed the new ferry, the Queen of the Isles, into harbor. Of course, I'd heard of the fish folk, but I'd never met one. Sam was an amazing pilot. Knew the waters better than any boatman. It was strange, steering a course for someone actually in the water, but we never went wrong with Sam to guide us in. Next time I was in Chelmerston, we went for a drink at the Camel. I'm more into bats than beer, but Sam was intriguing, and the atmosphere in there was great. Like a warm nest. Great band, too. Awesome sousaphone player. I think we got on because we were both a little bit on the outside of things. Sam invited me over for toast and hot chocolate. Honestly, hot chocolate doesn't do it for me. But the toast, that multi-seed bread. Sam made the best toast. I told Sam that next to a good cuttlefish bone, that it was my favorite snack. I stayed over. In the morning, we went for a walk along the beach. And just as the sun was rising, I took them flying on my back. We went up and looked down over the islands. Sam wasn't scared at all. They said it was like swimming through the air. It was on the next trip to Chelmerston. We just sighted land when Sam's head popped out of the water right beside my berth and passed me a fresh cuttlefish bone, carved especially for me. When we moved in together, it was the best day of my whole life. I put that cuttlefish bone on my bedside table within big reach. I still look at it every day, every single day.
You're gonna make me cry now.
I just remembered that time Blythe and I did a duet at the karaoke. I can't believe I agreed to it. Must have had a few too many. I never knew how Sam and Blythe met.
The captain of the Queen of the Isles, Blythe's been making the trip back and forth to Shelmerston for a number of years now. When Sam was alive, he was their partner and he misses them very much. Photo of Sam and Blythe. Someone misgendered Sam earlier, which annoys me. Possibly didn't know any better, but still. Unless they have multiple pronouns. Rupert Needle. Rupert had to leave his camping trip early to get back to London for a work meeting. Back then. I'm gonna have a look what I'm supposed to be looking for if I found any things. So that's got to be the puzzly things. Find all the Grinkins. Find the thermos flasks. Is that what I was looking for? Okay. We may as well look what we're looking for when we meet Aggie. Butterflies. Okay. Pick a mix! They've got lots of tourist souvenirs. So have they. Have to say, I would probably want some Grankin things. Right, so the only Grankin left is the one on the very first boat. We've got to find the cuttlefish bone and the thingamajig and thermoses. Another thermos. Some mint tea in. Closed if it's a rough sea crossing. Queen of the Isles sailing times. Bridges. Being to the bar. Blythe shirts. Blythe sausages. Ketchup. Kippers. Champagne. Cuttlefish pudding. But not the cuttlefish bone. Sometimes it's just really hard to find stuff. Ah, there it is. I was looking for a blue thing. Of course it's not blue. That's just the colour for this level. Silly Joe. That is so cute.
Oh, I used to love finding these on the beach.
So that's the end of there. Okay, so let's nip back to this because we've got... Okay. Captain's sausages. New mug month. It's kind of cool. Thermos with oat tea. It's got a little thingy on top that has a smiley face. Okay, so hidden diamond, a sharpener, and some sort of wee secret weapon. That implies maybe the pig is the secret weapon. Maybe not. Actually, we should go try and find the Grinkin on the last road, I think. Was there a thermos in the drinks bar? Yeah, there's a Grinkin in here somewhere. But I'm having trouble locating it. If anyone has any ideas, please let me know. Oh, unless it's the radio. Possibly, but not that radio? Is there another radio? The radio on the fridge. I missed that last time. I was just focusing on the fridge. There we go. Got my Grinkin. Right, I'm gonna go find the puck. Am I still missing a thermos or two? Maybe two. Okay,
It was the 6th summer after I spoke. It was so loud. Sam saw I was fed. We became good friends.
vending machine refills. Lunchbox. Mug with a mouse in it. Don't know what colour this stone is. Which doesn't help. Someone's cheating. Pearl's coat. Aha. There we go. Carved polished stone. Wonderful. So we've missed the thermos and some of the puzzles, but hey, we're trying to get through the story.
Oh, magic stones?
So we're making good
I
time.
knew humans were superstitious, but I thought the fish folk would be a bit more savvy. Oof, Sam. This is an easy scent profile. I'm coming, Sam.
Hey Sam, why are you upside down? There we go. Toast! Ghost toast! Ghost toast! Sammy, you should draw ghost toast.
Ahoy there, Samfire.
Morris and Sparky! Lovely to see you both. What can I do for you two?
Well, we wanted to ask you something. It's about Aggie.
She doesn't have long left now, does she? Poor thing.
No, not long at all. We were hoping you might replace her as custodian.
Oh, Morris. I spent years of my life as harbour master trying to keep people from meddling with nature. I don't feel any differently now. I'm appreciative of all Aggie has sacrificed for us, but the island spirit isn't evil. It just needs to erupt from time to time. And if it needs to now, let it, I say. Let nature do what it must. As the fish folk say, the tides will tell.
Yeah, Sam, I hear that. I really do.
No! No, Morris. We can't just give up.
Now, we'll talk about this in a bit, Sparky. Sam, it's always good to see you. Will you be around later?
I think I will. A volcanic eruption is a rare and beautiful thing. I think I'd like to see it.
Okay, we just need to talk to Aggie. She'll know what to do.
No, Sparky. I've been thinking about it, and I think Samfire's right. I think it's maybe time to let the town go.
No, Morris. It's not.
No, it's all right, Sparky girl. It's over. This isn't my town anymore. The only ones around here who remember me are ghosts.
That's not true.
No, it is. But that's all right. Truly it is. Everything for a season and all that. And I miss the people I knew. The people who've moved on. I want to see them again. I think I will take Pete No-Chop on his offer and head into the west with him. Shelmerston doesn't need Maurice Lupton any longer.
Maurice Lupton, you will not give up. You have been granted a precious responsibility and you will honor it.
Sparky?
I'm sorry about that. Remember when I told you I was mostly Sparky? I am, but mostly.
Then what else are you?
I am the rock that you stand on. The wood you people built this town from. The magma bubbling beneath your feet. I am Shelmerston. And right now, I want to erupt. But I have also made connections to the things that live here. Connections I want to keep alive. I need you, Maurice.
Right. Well,
And I'm still your Sparky. And I need you, Maurice. We all do.
Oh, Sparky.
I know you feel forgotten. I know you want to move on. I do too, but I can't until I wrap up this last bit of unfinished business. Will you try one last avenue with me? If we still can't find a solution, then I'll be done. It'll all be done. Then we can go into the West together. Please.
All right, Sparky. One last try. But who else is there to talk to?
Aggie.
Aggie? But where is she? I mean, she's everywhere, isn't she?
She is. But I can sniff her out. I just need some mementos.
But where would we find mementos from back then? Oh, of course.
Back to your museum, Maurice.
But first, we're just going to quickly nip back because I had a couple of ideas.
Ah, well, it's reopened. Well, I suppose that's good. Need to keep up the footfall. Everything has to move on.
Well, yes, but, you know, it is still your museum, Maurice. It wouldn't be here without you.
Ah, it was never my museum, Sparky. It was Shelmerston's. It's changing, but, you know, I think it should. So, what happens now? How do we find 4,000-year-old memories?
Ah, come with me, Maurice. There's one more thing I ought to show you.
Oh, okay, Sparky.
Okay, we're going to take a very quick tea break because my tea is cold. So I'll be back in a few minutes. I do not think Sparky is the Dark Void. I do think they're going to come up with a way that Morris can be the new spirit. Okay, so go back to the map. Where's the campsite? Blue. So I was just thinking, I have 2 things left, and I have 2 things that said this. I'm fairly certain this is a puzzle answer. So the gold pearl and the snake in the pipe with the thing inside it. Because I've only got 2 puzzles left in this. And then on the harbour, I know it feels like I know what the answers are. Just need to look a bit harder. There's only one place with stationery, so you know. Maybe that's where the pencil sharpener is, and yeah, okay, so maybe this, because bivalve, that feels like oyster is a thing. Bivalve something or other, mussels even. There we go. Something to do with mussels, bivalve thingy there, and then that means that the other one, the one that sort of looked like El Gran Cabanero. Maybe that's because it's like it's one of the Lukey doors. Sounds like a Lukey door, but obviously, you know, it's got to be something specific. So maybe it's the one that's inside the snake. Maybe we should have gone the other way around. Oh, there! It was actually the name of the wrestler, which I didn't catch before. There we go. So I think that is all of them now. So we're very, very slightly behind, but also almost finished. So we'll try and finish the game. I just want to confirm that I've got them all now. Yes, so, map. Harbour is purple. Yes, please. I feel like I missed an obvious Thermos one. Was some on the seat in somewhere with popcorn? That's an engine. I didn't know I could click on the engine. Yeah, I didn't click on fruit tea. Is that the last thermos? Oh, we still got one more. No, I did click on that one. Okay. It was in the document. Grab. The skipper's boots. Oh, hello. Oh, hello. Wee Rabbit's knife. That feels like a puzzle answer. Maybe it's hard to see. What? We'll just have a wee quick look. Black tea. I'm fairly certain we did black tea. Okay. I'm sure we did that because that was green tea. T. Maybe one just didn't register. Maybe I was silly and didn't click on. No, I remember doing honey and lemon. Okay. OT. No, we clicked on all of them. I just think it hadn't registered one of them. Okay. Pencil sharp. Maybe it's in this disgusting. Oh, it is. Handy. Okay, what have we got left? So it was something that. Wee secret weapon. Well, that's going to be Wee Nab's thing. Wait, was that? What's this one? Nah, and this. There we go. Right, we're nearly there. We've got one last thing to find. It's a hidden diamond. I wonder if it's that cheeky cards underneath the hat. There we go, hidden card. Perfect. We solved them all. Sweet. So that's that now done. So literally all we've got left is this last area, the museum. Perfect. So we should just be get all the riddles, get all but one of the riddles, meet Aggie, find the butterflies, find the Grenkins, and whatever the last achievement is. Okay.
Well, don't suppose I'll ever look at Aggie's room the same way again, will I?
Morris, take a look at those skulls, please.
The skulls? Well, they have memories inside them? Oh, that's rather morbid, Sparky.
Not quite. Look, I didn't explain this before because I felt things were confusing enough, but that slicing is a bit more powerful than I've led you to believe.
Oh, well, what do you mean?
Well, we aren't limited to memories of people who are alive. People are bounded by time, but memories aren't. Check it out.
Shelmerston, 1400 BC. This exciting new exhibit showcases the results of a recent archaeological dig foot of Shelmerston's mountain. The unearthing the preserved remains of a human woman, the Bog Lady of Shelmerston, along with a number of her possessions. Bronze Age human skull. Give me your memories, please. Oh, hello.
Oh, I didn't think dead stomachs could get queasy, but here we are. Where are we, Sparky?
When are we, Morris? This is Shelmerston in Aggie's time. You should be able to find some memories of her here.
You are some dog, Sparky.
Blimey. Okay, we'll start with this lady.
It was the worst night in the world when Aggie was born. It began in the old village, the one swept away by the rivers of fire. The ground shook and the earth split open and spat sparks. The sun hid and the huts burst into flame as we fled. I thought we would all die, everyone washed in the burning orange death, and Aggie's mother howling with the pain of the child coming. We made it, as far as the cliff top by the sea. The mountain was still roaring and roaring. The rock ran in rivers toward the sea. The air smelled of death and poison. But Aggie was perfect. Small and angry, her tiny fists pummeling the air. I used my knife to cut the cord. We chose a spot for the new village closer to the beach. The burning rivers cooled to pumice and black glass. I made sure everyone knew that a life that began in this way would be special. Not everyone believed me, but Aggie proved me right.
My goodness. Giving birth like that must have been awful. What a terrifying situation.
So, where do you think that knife is? Should we look around here, or...?
No, I'm pretty sure I've seen that knife before. Back at the museum, I reckon.
Okay, Morris, let's go.
The hunters. Lomon is sharpening his harpoon while Burwell prepares for this afternoon's bow practice. And in upset, the children of the village often received a daily lesson from the current chief of the village. This is interesting. There's a heart there. Huh? Bronzade figure, camel. I haven't seen any butterflies though. Okay, bronze ritual knife.
Beautiful. And to think that people had not long stopped using flint tools when this was made.
There is so much history in this knife.
Ooh.
I'd love to see what else it got up to.
This object is temporarily removed to revise its facial expression, which was deemed zoologically improbable and or terrifying to small children. Bosphorus the swimming cat. Bosphorus the Turkish fan cat was a local celebrity in Shelmerston. Turkish fan breed is famous for its love of swimming, and Bosphorus was no exception. You'd often be seen paddling around Shelmerston to the delight of tourists, even featured in an episode of the popular TV series Look West. Obsidian mirror.
I'm getting the scent of Grenkins again, Morris. I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
A fairy! It's a teeny weeny little fairy. Purple Burton. I'm trying to figure out where that laughing dude is. Actually inside that. What? It's the actual shell that Miles Humboldt used to. Okay. Shellers. Shell wax. Official onboard flops. Oh, that's the answer. How many are we looking for? 10. Cool. Should take a look at our drinking list. Cool! We got all our drinkings. Replica punch bowl. Scanner. Ready to leave the batteries in. Shellers in action. Shellers up. Sheller cup. Oh, maybe it's a fish thing. No? I was gonna say, the hook was the only thing that looks like a question mark. Lobster pot has an actual lobster in it. Shamson fisherman. Algarve Seb Roberts. Miss Volcanic Rock. Okay. Mirrored rock. That's pretty. That feels like the answer to a puzzle potentially as well. Ah, there we go. The encrusted crown, the tiny lord, the girdled curtain, cushion, second serpent. Oh, paddling puss. So I'm gonna say that one we know. Sliding bell. There's someone in there. Legend of the Camel. Grooming glove. This is like a summary of the thing. Oh, it's a tiny lad. All right, that is the wee, that's one of the puzzle answers. Cast of a camel footprints. Life ring. Camel photo. Brand matches. The Laird's News, which were found. It's like this is almost like a. This is our life. Or this is a summary of our adventure. Because these are all the things we found. We should probably go into the memories, but it's like, but I can find things in the exhibits. The Wreck of the Mentor. That's a happy looking ship. Anyway, I recommend this game even though obviously I'm solving everything for everyone. I recommend this game, it's very cool. Shamelston Stone is the centre of a local legend. The fishfolk believe it to be the sacrificial seat, a mythological figure called Aggie, said to have saved the island from destruction in ancient times. The stone sat near the beach at the grounds of Outram Hall until it was sold to a collector and loaded onto the HMS Mentor for transport to the British Museum in London. After the Mentor sank, it lay on the seabed for almost 200 years before being recovered. Currently unaffected by its time underwater, no sea life or corrosion marked its surface. Upon recovery, it was donated to this museum where it has remained ever since. Some people say it looks like a sleeping dog. It's a very pretty stuff. I feel like the island didn't want the stone to be taken away. Dusty Brothers fighting. Museum reception desk. Cersei Jackson. Cersei's back on Shelmston after a lifetime away. Her mum worked the shrimp trawlers and her dad was from the famous baking family in the old town. Cersei left the island for university to read history at Cambridge but didn't finish her degree. Instead, she ran off with a circus, touring Northern Europe with her innovative and darling equestrian act. Her collection of tuts, tutus and spangly leotards is now in the VA Museum. Time took its toll and she returned to Shelmerston looking for a quiet life. She found it in the museum, the place that first ignited her love of history. She knows Morris has done a good job and respects his vision, but is keen to add to the collection. A study of the fish people, history of the Bracken harvest, ethical shrimping, she can't wait. Look at the little cute. These look like pencils. Shelmerston Museum pencils. Donation box. Free entry. It's the flying... Everything we collected is in here. Tiny Lord. He's inside Tiny Camel. No, he's not inside the Tiny Camel. He's inside the castle. Encrusted crown, girdle, cushion. Persian! I keep saying cushion, it's a cushion! The second serpent. Cushion, serpent, okay. Gross. But we've got our little badge thing. We'll save them all our badge which we picked up. Oh, encrusted crown. Okay. Cricket balls everywhere. I've not found any butterflies though. Has anyone seen any butterflies? There's even beer inside it. Fancy wool. Oh, it's a little sausage! Okay, well, we can't go back into it, so hopefully we're not locked ourselves out. Nap's hut. Tea to her, and Nap waiting for Oof to bring back wood for the fire. Not seeing any butterflies there either. Oof, busy gathering sticks for Nap's fire. Kitsy learned many things from Crook the fish person about how best to raise the village goats. Peebly on goat. This goat is perfectly happy to have Peebly on its back, but Peebly has never managed to get it to take him anywhere. Although the village share the goats, Spoon is the one mostly in charge of looking after them. Ceremonial stone. As long as anyone can remember, this carved stone has been the spiritual heart of the island, so offerings are made and children are blessed and the dead honoured. Priestess's hut. Safi, the priestess, is busy preparing a tincture for Crick. Yeah, there's nothing I can interact with back in the past, so... Ooh, I didn't read what it said. Crick is one of the few fish people to regularly visit the village and share knowledge with the villagers. Fish person and Aggie's friend.
Of course we watched her. We had heard of her birth and seen her on the shore. Her feet sometimes in the seawater, her body in the sun. We did not show ourselves at first. As a test, we left the mirror on the black shore, born of the volcano on the same day as her, and waited to see what would happen, to see if it called to her. She picked it up, turned it from side to side. She took it home. The next time I saw her, I introduced myself. We sang together, and I showed her how the mirror worked. How if you emptied your mind and thought of air and light and sea, you would see things in its surface. How things would unfurl in the future. Aggie was better at mirror gazing than any of us sea folk. She saw a girl, her own daughter not yet born, as leader of the dry folk. I told Aggie to keep on gazing into that mirror, that one day the island would need something more than a leader.
Oh, I had a box of rocks that looked like that mirror somewhere. Where did I put it?
Yep, I know where it is. There.
Whoa. This thing is really powerful, Morris. Can you feel it?
Oh, butterfly. Hello. Is that what it means by butterfly? There's a petal missing. I didn't think to look on the walls. This might be easier said than done. Oh, there we go. Found all the butterflies. Wonderful. That was easy. Right, what are those other two? What are the final thingies that I'm looking for? So still the girdled cushion. And the second serpent. Okay. This is which ones I've got left. The other secret one is find all the Grinkins, and we're nearly there. Right, okay, okay, girdled cushion. Girdled cushion. I feel like something in the knitting thing was talking about girdle something. Oh, Gansey steel cushion, that'll be it then.
Only one more riddle to solve, Morris, and then...
Ooh. And then?
Wondrous delights, Morris. Wondrous.
Yeah, right.
Quiet, dog. You're in the company of riddle masters here. Just one more, Morris. One more.
Oh, we got an achievement for it. I feel like I'm missing some more. How many gherkins am I missing? Grankins. I'm missing 2. 2 grankins. Have I explored all the areas? Maybe there's some more of these things on the walls that are interactable. And that's why I'm missing. Or maybe I've just missed an exhibit. Oh, did we look in this one? No. Shamaston Silver Band. Serpent! Oh, that's a puzzle riddle. Does that have something in it? There's a freaking snake in this. Ah, there we go. There's the answer to my final riddle then. Boo! Sousaphone. Yeah, of course we had to have the sousaphone. French horn. One more Grankin. So we've now got... We went in this one, didn't we? Gourds! There we go, that's what we're missing. Giant parsnip. Golden trowel. Alistair Penwitch's prize-winning marrow. The beehives. There's a godwin with a giant onion. Secateurs. And that's the last Grenkin. Find all the Grenkins. Grenkin Grove! Second serpent. Literally next to There we go. We did it! We did it!
Morris, you did it! Incredible work, my boy. Superlative effort.
Oh, well, thanks. Oh, thanks, Mr. Whitstable.
And now for your reward.
Oh, boy.
Here it is, Morris. Your very own certificate of riddle mastery.
Wow. Oh, thanks, Mr. Whitstable. I don't know what to say.
I'm so proud of you, Morris. And listen, whenever you want to look at this certificate again, to bask in your own brilliance, you only have to press pause and you can look at it again. And now, a song.
A song?
I walk when I play and I play when I walk. I can run but don't walk, I have a mouth but don't talk. I grow in the winter, I die in the spring. I have eyes but don't weep, I have a song but don't sing. What am I? Why am I? Why do I exist? Who owns the fish? Riddle me this. What is that which belongs to you, but others use it more than you do? What goes up and down the hill? In spite of all, it standeth still. I have streets, but not roads, forests, no trees. I have rivers, no water. What am I, please? What am I, please? What does it mean? What did you miss? Who owns the fish? Riddle me this. Who owns the fish? Riddle me this. But why is a raven like a writing desk? And why does a mouse, when it spins, a three-legged man goes to bed every morning? Tell me some more of these wondrous things. Yes, answer my riddles, please, I insist. Who owns the fish? Riddle me this. riddle me this. Who owns the fish? Who owns the fish? Yes.
Okay, that was great. Alright, so now all we have left is meet Aggie. So let's just finish off our final memories. To the rest of the story. Ceremonial stone. Safi, the priestess of the village, has spent the morning cleaning the stone, blessing it. Rupa has just finished weaving this fine blanket for her brother Orzel. Orzel is the oldest person on the island and the only one with 2 huts in his homestead. Jirik is sprucing up the clearing in advance of the weekly conclave. Everyone from the island will be there, and Orzel likes to be tidy. The hunters. Ibni is giving Anya a bow lesson, Lamal is sharpening his harpoon, and Brawl is preparing dried Morlo meat. Ibni, chief hunter. Oh, Aggie's daughter. We haven't seen Aggie, have we?
I was always fearless. My mother Aggie told me there was nothing I couldn't do. With Otsul and without, I hunted the deer in the woods and the hares on the mountain, all before I had taken my first lover. And younger still, one time Aggie had me knock her tooth out when she was in terrible pain. I didn't mind even when the blood poured out. It was easy for me.
It does not sound like a good
Spears and
person.
knives were my nature. Death and courage were my meat and drink. I knew about Aggie's mirror, of course, but did not believe all of it. When Aggie warned us the Mauler was sick and there would be fewer calves for the following years, none of us listened. It was to be my first cull. I wanted their blood. It was my nature. We would not take less of the Mauler just because an old woman told us to. She came to the beach after the Morlo slaughter, her hair wild, eyes burning with fury, raged and shouted like a woman out of her mind. "We had killed too many," she said. Then she left the village, told us she was done with all of us, forever. As Otsul marked me with oil and blood, I did not mourn my mother leaving. I was young and foolish, and the sight of her ashamed me. But of course, I did not see what was to come.
Interesting.
To think that they were still having the same arguments about the Morlo way back in the Bronze Age.
Aggie must have sensed the trouble ahead. Maybe she was trying to find a way to prevent it.
I don't remember seeing that, but it's possibly in the same exhibit. No, that's the vegetable grow off. Okay. Ah, there we go. Wardian Molo oil.
The seas, the mighty grey Morlo.
That's not it. Ah. Bone carved Molo oil lamp. There we go.
What a beautiful object. Delighted to have it in our museum.
And this has sort of become a bit of an exhibit to us. The stuff we found is now in there. It's really weird. Okay, this is the same scene. different. Unep is giving her blessing to Uvanyana's marriage, despite a misgiving about a daughter marrying the village stick gatherer. Okay, stick gathering is a very important job. Let's see. Okay, this is the same area. We have the goat pen. Goat and fish folk have had a long-standing relationship. We've got Crook again. Hi, Crook. We're nearly at the end of the story.
She was alone, and I would bring her food sometimes, samphire and sea urchins. She would make dry food and we would eat it together. Textures unlike any we knew that broke apart in your hands and in your mouth. We would sing together, make tea together. We became her family. The dry folk left her alone. She had a companion for a few seasons, a hind who came down from the mountain and slept at her fire. And then, for a few more, a golden hare that ate from her hand. One night we all felt it, those of us in the water and those above, the island waking, rumbling, alive again, more furious than before. I found Aggie awake, tending her fire, unsleeping, unresting, staring into her mirror. She told me she'd seen the island sinking into orange fire and boiling sea, lost forever above and below. The village and our town in the sea caves, all gone. Aggie went to the shore and blew the sinistral shell, calling our people up from the water. Aggie sang for them, the oldest song, and we spoke for some time. That night, the sea and sky was all the same color, a deep grey blue like a mackerel's back without the glitter. As the dawn approached, Aggie left the beach to return to her people, to tell them what must be done.
We're going to find the shell.
I'm not sure. I want to see what happens next.
We have to, Morris.
I believe she sacrificed herself on the sacrificial stone 1,000 days before she needed to help. Right, seashell. Bottles in seashell. Menstrual shell.
Such a small thing. But it changed the entire course of our island.
Seashell shells are extremely rare examples of shells which are left-handed. They turn anti-clockwise. These shells are often played by the fish folk, accompaniment to their songs. That looks more like a fish folk brain. That's Kirk, obviously. Ceremonial stone. It's got to be the gathering. There we go. Otzel's story. Every week, the entire village gathers for a communal lunch, and while they're waiting for it to cool down, Otzel tells them another installment of his very long story. Village elder in charge of passing down stories.
heard the shell and knew Aggie had returned. Ibni was the leader then. It had taken many seasons, more than we would have liked, but there were finally enough Morlo again, and our village was growing. We were strong. Some of the younger ones didn't know Aggie and didn't want to hear her, called her a moon-shotten crone, but Ibni looked in her mother's face and saw the truth of it. The end would come. The earth was growling again. There would be hot rivers of death and clouds of poison. But Aggie brought us the answer. She would give herself to the island. Ibni's voice shook. Surely a deer or a goat would be enough. The year's finest, blackest calf. Aggie cast down her eyes and shook her head. We all knew. I offered my blade, but Aggie turned me away. She took her knife that had cut her own cord the night the volcano last erupted and wrapped Ibni's fingers tight around the bone hilt. It must be you, Ibni, she said, and it must be now, before the sun comes up. This day, this morning, or we are all gone. The village, the people, the island. Aggie embraced her daughter. Ibni whispered something, but I could not catch the words. Both women's faces shone with tears. Aggie sat on the ceremonial stone, the tears streaming now from all of us. Aggie delivered her final message. She told us her body must not be burned or given to the sea, but lain in the earth of the island beneath the mountain. Ibni was shaking, and then I realized it was not just Ibni. The whole island was trembling under our feet, waking up. Aggie told Ibni to be quick, the end was coming. As Aggie took Ibni's hand and guided the knife to her side, we saw the fish folk rising from the sea, hundreds of them, so many. I had no idea there were so many. Aggie was quiet the whole time, but Ibni cried out. A sound of longing and hurting from her heart like I had never heard. Then she fell silent, and as Aggie's life poured from her body, the island and everything on it fell suddenly still. Utterly still. We wept then, in sorrow and relief. Then the fish folk were among us, countless, numberless. One embraced Ibni, holding her up as it seemed her own legs might give way. When the sun came up that day, land and sea folk stood together for the first time, talking and singing the old songs, Aggie's songs, together. Ibni and the fish folk took Aggie up onto the mountain. They laid her in the peat alongside the knife and all the things she would need on her journey. Ibni watched over Aggie for days afterwards. Before she was covered, she placed a sacred carved stone, Aggie's beloved hair, inside her mother's mouth, to guide her and help her keep the mountain still forever. And so it was.
Her own daughter had to kill her. That's kind of sad.
Oh, Aggie.
It's a cute bunny.
Now that's bravery.
I know where this is. It's inside her, because I seed it already. I thought the stone was going to be a thing. She's missing a leg? Is she missing a leg? No, it's just at a weird angle.
Hey, Sparky, it feels a bit What, disrespectful looking inside Aggie's body like that?
You were the one who dug her up and put her on a plinth, Morris.
Yeah, but I...
Relax, Morris. This body isn't Aggie anymore. She's long past needing this old thing.
Well, all right then.
Relics like this have been discovered in the mouth cavity of a number of skulls dating back from this period. It's thought they were placed after death in the belief that they would protect the deceased in the afterlife.
Okay, Morris. I'll level with you. We absolutely didn't need to find Aggie's mementos in order for me to sniff her out. She's here, waiting for you. She has been this whole time.
But then, why did we need to visit the Bronze Age?
Aggie thought it was important for you to see those memories, so you would understand her path before you met her. But also, wasn't it cool?
That it was. The things I've seen now. Oh, Sparky, thank you so much. To think, for a while there, I was worried that being dead was gonna be boring.
You are very welcome, Morris. Okay, so, shall we go say hello to Aggie?
Yes.
Yes.
Morris, Sparky, it's so good to see you both.
Hey, Aggie.
Wait, you know me?
Of course I do. Morris Lupton, one of the best-loved men in the history of Shelmerston, with the very finest dog.
Me? Oh, I don't know.
Come now, let's go out of this place, into the air.
The one part of Shelmerston that looks just the same as the first day I saw it. I suppose it always will.
I love this beach. It's always been my favorite beach. I'm gonna go run.
Aggie, look at Sparky. She's shining.
That's the hope and the joy shining out of her.
That's it, isn't it?
Beard
The point of all of this.
It is hope, home. This island, it chose the two of you just as it chose me.
You told us at the beginning we couldn't...
Where will you be heading now?
Be the
Heaven
guardian.
Or something?
Heaven, what's that?
Well, I don't quite know how to explain it. But to me, it would be an awful lot like this beach.
I don't know where I'm going, but I'm hoping to see Ibni, my daughter. It's been a very long time, but I remember her. We never forget the ones we love, do we, Morris?
No, I don't suppose we do.
I think she wants something, Morris.
Huh. Would you look at that? I just found a tennis ball in my pocket. Here you are, girl.
Mind you, if it said at the beginning, in loving memory of Morris Lupton, creator... I'm gonna screenshot then. 59 to 2019. No, 57 to 2019. Curator of Shelmerston Museum, he collected the stories of this place. And it didn't actually say that we got to be the Guardian, but, you know, I guess at the beginning if he'd have said, do you want to be the Guardian? Yes, I'll be the Guardian. There wouldn't have been a game. We had to get the stories. We had to, you know, figure out what was important. That was beautiful, that game. It made me cry! Damn it! The art, the concept, you know, the writing is just just really, really comes together. Okay, some of the riddles were a little mind-bending for myself, but we managed with a little help, a little lateral thinking, and collectibles, and yeah, it's just a really cool concept and really nice story, and yeah, soggy eyes here. And we finished. That, I think it's because I was like, oh, I need to not dawdle, because I dawdled almost a little. I very much dawdled on the first memory, and then I possibly dawdled a little much last week, because I was like, oh, well, I need to inspect everything, and then this we sort of got in between. Thank you for the hug back. I should use my I have a shout out button. I should have a hug button that does the same thing, so I can hug anyone that's in chat. Hello to all the lurkers. Hopefully you also enjoyed the lovely, lovely story. And please go buy this game. It is called I Am Dead. Please go support this developer so that they make more lovely games. Thank you, Jesse. Please support this developer. They deserve to be able to make more games, because that was beautiful. I think that pretty much sums it up. It was beautiful in all ways. And I like how everything came together at the end in the little museum. Maybe if I'd have not dawdled so much in the first thing, the second thing, I might have been able to explore everything a little bit more in the museum. But I think I got a good solid chunk of it. I mean, I could have spent at least another couple of hours just examining everything, you know. Seriously, Minket? That's sort of weird coincidence. It's much too uncommon a name. I might know someone who works in this game, was one of the voices for this game. Well, no, in a very, very, very tenuous sense, in that the first job I worked in London, there was someone called Minket. And then they did escape rooms. Or an escape room. That would be a very weird coincidence. They were part of the company, but I don't remember ever meeting them, you see. That's why it's a tenuous connection. Excuse me. Down that last bit of tea a little bit too quickly. Got some air in there as well. But yeah, this was just so cleverly put together with all the, you know, collectible-y things and the puzzles. And yeah, Annapurna Interactive. Seriously, you see that publisher on a game and you think they've probably got a really good gem there. A really good gem. They have their name on a lot of games that I play that I like, and a lot of games that I want to play, and some games that I played didn't quite live up to what I was expecting, but that wasn't the game's fault, that was me having bad expectations. Like 12 minutes, I think I got it mixed up with another game, then was expecting something different, and it was really good, but it was also kind of really quite sad and a little bit mind-bending, and then it just got annoying because it was repetitive. But it was definitely unique, and this one was just really seriously beautiful. But yeah, they were fabulous devs. Hollow Ponds Games Limited. Also did Wilmot's Warehouse, these devs, which is I haven't played, but it's on Game Pass. You never know, this one might come to Game Pass. Lady Magritte. But yeah, I mean, it's perfectly acceptable waiting for a sale if you're on a budget. Even, you know, sales still benefit devs, they know. So if I do play, I can go back and explore the museum. They also published up. I mean, seriously, Annapurna Interactive. I think, did they do the point and click with a little robot? Machinarium? No, not Machinarium. Not Creeks. Was it Creeks? No. Why am I so bad at remembering things? It was a point and click with a robot adventure. So yeah, so I can, so we can, right, we can go back to here. Admire my riddle certificate. We can look at the map, and we've got everything. And then we can see all our grandkids. Look at my happy grandkids. It's Machinarium. Maybe it is. That was the point and click. And I'm not getting it, not Mr. Pumpkin. I'm not getting it mixed up with the one where it's like a platformer more with a robot. But I don't have a PlayStation, sadly, so Machinarium was the point and click. Okay, cool. There was another one with a robot, but it was more sort of, not platformy, but it was, you had to get through things and puzzles, and then there was this one puzzle, it was one achievement where you had to swing a girder, and I haven't got that one yet. That's what I was trying not to get mixed up with Machinarium. Trouble is, I'm just terrible at names of things. But yeah, I think Annapurna did that, and then they did... The same devs that did Machinarium also did something, I think, called Creeks, which was that sort of, not point and click, but puzzle game. It had the paintings, and it had the little character, and there were giant birds. But the puzzle rooms had, like, robots and jellyfish and dogs. There was a publishing stray. Oh, there's also a point and click called Inspector Waffles coming soon, which is about a cat detective. So I'm totally getting that. So yeah, so this was a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game.
I'm getting the scent of a new place on Shelmerston we can go. It smells like... Oh, Grenkins.
Oh, okay. Well, let's take a quick look.
My God! We actually... How do we get there? Map? Here? No, that's the sculpture garden. There? No, that's the sculpture garden. That's the Grenkins. Oh my God! I'm glad I went back into the thing. Because I've just unlocked a cool new area. That has all the Grenkins. Okay, I mean it's just some sort of weird little thingy, but hey, that's pretty cool. Right, that was a little secret hidden thing. Awesome. Right, I realized that yesterday I forgot to put the end the end screen up when I finished Stardew, but I think it doesn't matter. It's like the first time that I've forgotten to put it up. So yeah, so that was really, really cool. I have to go and put my washing out and sort out stuff before I'm doing the escape room tonight. Ima's playing Death's Door. Let's go raid Ima and say hello. Did I do that right? Yes. Okay, cool. Perfect. Awesome. So let's go say hi to Ima. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK, and I bid you a good night. And I will see you on Tuesday. Yeah. Bye.